a little bit tonight on investigating cases for opening statement. What attorneys put together injury cases? What are some of the formulas, if you will, to put that puzzle together before you ever go to the courtroom?
You know, I like to give a little insight to folks to show them kind of what we do and what, you know, a lot of our days are actually spent out in the field, not in the office, not in court. It's going to the scene where someone's been injured or someone dies. And I just want to give you one example. This is a case, Mike, where someone was crushed to death by a tractor trailer on the property. And, you know, we bring in experts and we go to the scene. And you got to be real detail oriented. But what we noticed on the tractor that was involved in the case, it was missing one of the mirrors that you actually see in this photograph.
Oh.
But if the mirror had been in place, the driver would have been able to see the person that died. And so it's sometimes a little detail like that when we have to answer the question, how did this happen? And you're going through with a fine-tooth comb, you know, the scene and the equipment.
Sure.
You spot that one little factor, and you begin to understand what happened. So
may not have seemed like too big of a deal to someone who noticed it beforehand, like, oh, we'll get to that later, we'll fix that later. Yeah. But it didn't help on the day of that fatal accident.
I wish I could say I was the smart person who discovered that, but you know, we bring in experts who are there with us, and they have a trained eye and can spot something that, you know, it would take me a year to spot.
You can go to an accident scene that's out on a public highway on a private property. That looks like private property. Was it? If it's a trucking terminal, do you have to get like a court order or something to go look at these things? How does that work?
Well, if it's prior to a lawsuit, you're really at, you know, their discretion.
You're just going to ask
most of the time, you know, you notify them. They'll set it up through the lawyers.
Come take a look.
But if you can't, then yes, to the court system, you can. The court can order. You actually remember in the O.J. Simpson trial, they actually went out to the house.
Yeah,
and, you know, that's not uncommon.